Mommy,
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
what were some push factors that made you move from Kentucky?
Uh, some push factors that made me move from.
Like, why did you move away from Kentucky?
Okay. I moved away from Kentucky because I missed my family. And Kentucky was not a place where I could use my skills to make money. So the job market did not accept my skills. They wanted me to be an RN and have a license. Uh, and so then it forced me to take a lower paying position, which was not, I didn't make enough money. It was not enough money. So the job market and my credentials.
What were some pull factors that made you move to Chicago? Like, why did you move to Chicago?
Well, I moved to Chicago because of my parents and because I could come here and I could get a better job. And I was able to get a job in the hospital setting in mental health. Mental health, behavioral health is my field.
Okay.
So, and to be able to make the money, I still had the same bills that I had when I relocated to Kentucky. When I left Chicago and relocated to Kentucky, I still had the same bills. But the money that I made in Kentucky was not enough to pay my bills. So when I relocated back to Chicago, I was able to pay my bills, pay off my bills, get my bank accounts, really get back on my feet and start saving money again. I was not able to do that in Kentucky.
What difficulties did you face when moving to Chicago?
The difficulties I faced when moving to Chicago was finding an apartment, and I didn't have a place to live, and I had to find a job.
How long did it take you to settle in Chicago?
1 year.
Who was with you when you moved to Chicago?
My baby was with me.
Which is me.
Yeah, which is you, Melanie.
How long did you live in Kentucky?
I lived in Kentucky for maybe about 3 years.
Okay. How long have you lived in Chicago? How long have you been here?
I've been here now for 14 years, about 14 years.
What were your living conditions in Kentucky?
The living conditions were great. New housing, of course, cars, vehicle transportation, private school for you, private Montessori school. So the conditions were great.
How are your living conditions in Chicago different from your living conditions in Kentucky?
Well, my living conditions in Chicago, I'm working a job in my field, behavioral health, and I'm able to, of course, we live on the south side of Chicago, and it's I live in a good neighborhood, and I have a good car, and I'm able to afford my bills.
Is there anything you miss about Kentucky?
Yeah, what I do miss about Kentucky is there's a lot of clean living, and the clean living. Of course, your dad had a really good job working for Ford, Kentucky Ford Truck Plant. That's why we were able to live well. So the conditions were better. I mean, as far as the housing.
Okay.